Okay, I thought I'd do a video on my unique hat collection here. I bought this stand off eBay. There was a chemist selling it in a Westfield here in Sydney, and I bid on it and I managed to win it for $15. It actually displays all my hats. So on this top row here we've got the American Sniper inspired Punisher hat that I bought. If we scroll around, we have got a SWAT hat. What I'll do, I'll lay all these out on my bed and we'll get a closer look at them. Here's another Punisher hat with patches that I've bought offline. And we've got a rare cork hat that I found in an op shop, and it displays the SWAT patch on this one. If we go down to this next level, we've got like a sniper patch on this one. We move around to one of my favourite bands, or probably my favourite band, the band that I grew up with, a Kiss inspired hat. Then we've got another sniper hat, and then a hat that I just made today, which is the Queen hat, which I absolutely love. If we go down to the next one, who doesn't love Top Gun? So I've got the Top Gun hat that I made up. This one I found in an op shop and I absolutely love the artwork. The old Rip Curl hat. This one I won in a Transformers competition back in 2014. A whole bunch of pictures, signed pictures from Mark Wahlberg came with that, and this hat was included. This one I actually found in the gutter. It's a Billabong Camo Hat, probably worth about $30. I cleaned it right up, and I love my camo stuff, as everyone knows, so I haven't altered this in any way. I'm just going to keep that nice and original. Down here are some of the hats that I'm selling. So a trucker's Rambo hat from the 80s. Then we've got an Autobot hat that I'm selling, only worn a few times. Got a Spider-Man hat. That was my son's, but still in great condition. I'm selling that one. And a very rare Red Peak Castrol racing cap. I actually found this, would you believe it? I just bought a VT Commodore back in 2008, and I put some Castrol stickers on the sill panels, and I was cruising up to Newcastle to visit my uncle and auntie, and I actually seen this on the side of the road. I pulled over, and would you believe, on the week that I put the Castrol stickers on the sill panels, this is what I found. I've been pretty lucky with finding stuff. Then down on this bottom one, I've got a very rare Elf. I think it's made for winners, Elf oils. I've not seen this hat ever again. It's a very rare hat. This one I picked up in an op shop. Oh no, actually I found this one. This one I found the other day on the side of the road, gave it a nice clean. This one I picked up in the op shop. It's like a little LED light. It's got a little button under here somewhere. See if I can push it on. And she turns on. I don't think they actually knew what it was in the op shop, so I picked that up for $2. And then on the other side here, we have some Newcastle Knights hats. But these hats that you see up here, I've actually made these. These are like one-of-a-kind hats. So as you see, all these patches, they're not sewn on or embroidered on. I actually have a friend, or the next door neighbour, he actually sews on Velcro patches. So all these patches will come off, so I can change them up. So I can put this Velcro patch onto this one. I can put the Queen patch up onto this cork hat. And the fun thing about it is just collecting the patches. So if you move over here, you'll see some of the patches that I bought over the years off eBay. So these ones actually go on my tactical belts, so on my bags on the back there. So I got the Colleyville Police SWAT patch. We've got the SWAT San Francisco Police Department patch. We've got the Special Response Team St. Joseph patch, Civis Pacem Parabellum. Then we've got again the Civis Pacem Parabellum little patch, the little hook and loop patch. Now there's a video cover from Steven Seagal that I'm actually using as my peephole in my door. That's been on there for 27 years. Would you believe that? Then we've got a SWAT patch, a Watagua Police SWAT Special Weapons and Tactics SWAT patch, and then we got the DEA HEAT, the High Risk Entry Apprehension Team. Got a couple of Queen patch here, hook and loop patch. I bought this the other day, Top Gun. As you can see, I love me Top Gun. Over here we've got another SWAT patch. These aren't made for the hats. This will probably be on the back of a jacket, wet weather jacket. Probably sew some Velcro on there and that'll stay on there. SWAT team patch, again that goes on my bag, on my tack belt. Again that would go on the back of a wet weather jacket. And around here we've got a couple of sniper ones. This one should glow in the dark, so if I do that you should see a little bit of glow on it. There you go, glow in the dark patch there. Another sniper patch. We have got the Titty Twisters Open Dusk Till Dawn. I actually like that patch. And then we got these sniper patches. I do love my gun patches. Then we got the DEA patches. Drug Enforcement Agency patches. Then we've got the American Sniper Punisher inspired patches. Once again, this one should glow in the dark. So I do that, a little bit of glow there, and I've got these other patches that I've bought over the years that I can mix and match on my hats. So what I'll do, I'll get all these hats on my bed, I'll lay them all out, and I'll go into a little bit how I've made them all up. Okay, that was a bit of an effort, but finally managed to place everything on my bed here. As per usual, we've got the magnificent A-Team in the background there watching what I'm doing. So this is my entire hat collection. And a lot of these hats that you'll see or that I'll go into are all one-offs. They're ones that I've created. So we'll start from over here. This is the one I just told you about a minute ago that I won in 2014 in the Transformers competition when it was on at IMAX. Transformers Age of Extinction, experience it in IMAX 3D. I had to write in what I thought of the movie, and there was only 5 winners and I was lucky enough to be one of the 5. Then I started in 2016 when I started my Explores. I had just seen American Sniper in 2015. I just loved that movie, so I got online, and I can't tell you how much I paid for this, but it was a hell of a lot of money when you can factor in postage fees from America. So this was probably near $100 odd. I'm pretty sure the widow of Chris Kyle had something to do with this website I bought these from. So that was my very first purchase back then. I also bought the beanie as well. There's nothing on the back. Oh, it is. Something solves problems. Can't read that. I'll have to look back on it on the video later to see what that says. So yeah, so I bought those two, and that probably cost me $100, $150 for the both. And then when I was doing my Explores in about 2017-18 bushwalking, I found a hat. And then I thought to myself, instead of putting a patch on there and embroidering it on or sewing it on, how about I just Velcro, just sort of like sew on some Velcro where I can mix and match different patches on different hats. So I can take this patch off this particular hat and put it on the cork hat, or take this patch off this plain black hat and put it on this blue bill hat. So what I did, I bought this, a circle cutter, and it cuts out a perfect circle. And I got on eBay and I bought myself what they call hook and loop. I only know them as Velcro. I grew up with them just being called Velcro, but one part of the Velcro is the prickly side, so we'll call that the male, and the other one is like the furry side, so we'll call that the female. So I just bought a bulk lot of those, and you cut these type of things out. So you cut that out on one side, and you cut that out on the other side. For instance, you know, it'll fit there on that one, it'll fit there on that one. And then lucky for me is my next door neighbour up where my folks live. He's a leather repairist, and I've just got him to sew all this stuff on. So these actually come off. So for instance, I can take that off, and if I want to change the colour combination from that and that, I've just gone out and bought myself a whole lot of different patches. So God will judge our enemies, we'll arrange the meeting. So I've bought the glow in the dark one. It's like a greeny tan one, and like a silver one, and these ones go on the front. So if you turn that around, when you put the hat backwards, you can just mix and match. So that was my very first one, all inspired by actually finding this hat out bushwalking. And that idea came in my head, and it worked out so well. I then went bushwalking again, and would you believe I found another hat? So I thought, what can I do with this one? So I love the movie Top Gun, so I've got online to see if I can find any patches of Top Gun, and would you believe I did. So once again, I went up to the next door neighbour's house. I said, Joe, any chance you can sew me on some more Velcro? He says, not a problem. And there you go. Once again, these come off, so the patches are in beautiful condition. I can put them on any other hat. I can stick them on a tactical belt up the back there. There's an endless supply of possibilities of where you can put them. There's another one I just bought the other day, so I can actually take that off, stick that there, or take the back bit off and stick that there. So that's another one. These ones here are a little bit bigger though. I wouldn't, you could put them on hats, but I bought these ones for my tactical belt. So I've got a couple of different style tactical belts here, and I just again mix them up. So if I wanted to go DEA, go the DEA. If I wanted to go the yellow one, it'd go the yellow one. And it just adds a little bit of colour to what would normally be just a black tactical belt. So yeah, they turned out quite nice actually. The SWAT, again, these would go on the front of the hat. And this one here, once again, on these longer bags on my tactical belt. They just sit there. So they work out quite nice. I love them. So here's another beanie that I found. Here's a beanie here. The beauty about these hook and loop patches, see all these ones that you do buy off eBay, they actually come with the Velcro already supplied. And I've noticed that the prickly one is always on the patch. So I put the smooth or the furry one on the actual hat. So you'll always find on the patches, every patches that you buy, it's always got the prickly one. If they don't come with any, then I actually glue my own on. So as I told you before, I cut the round circles, and I get some Gorilla Grip or Gorilla Glue, and I just glue my own Velcro on there. And that's the beauty about this. And with beanies, they just stick straight on. It's incredible. So you don't even have to do anything with beanies. You just grab a beanie, buy one from anywhere, and as long as your patch has got a hook and loop, it'll stick onto any beanie. So there's a titty twisty one that with stuck on a beanie that I actually found, again, bushwalking. Apparently it's a Bunnings beanie. So it says Bunnings there. I just found it on a rock when I was bushwalking one day. Brought it home, washed it, and perfect colour match. Comes out perfect. It's another one that I found. So for instance, we've got a queen patch here. If I wanted to put that over there, it turns into a queen beanie. And when I'm sick of that patch, I just pull it off. These were bad boy hats that I bought, as you can see. I bought these in about 2006, 2007, only for about $5 or $6 each. So I thought, what can I do with them instead of having that bad boy logo on them? And I bought myself a couple of Top Gun Lightning Strikes Twice patches, and I had a white and a black one, so I made them exactly the same. Swat on that side, swat on that side. This one's exactly the same. So these ones are dedicated. I would leave these patches on there. I wouldn't actually take these off and put other patches on. They're cool hats as well. This is a very rare hat that I actually found in an op shop. Apparently it's a cork hat. And again, I wouldn't take this SWAT patch off. This is permanently on there, even though it is Velcro, so I can take it off, but I wouldn't mix and match with other ones because it's a pretty special patch, that one. Apparently, I forgot to look it up before I made this video, but if you type in SWAT on Wikipedia and type in those numbers 41 and 54, it goes into detail of, I think it was the first raid SWAT ever had. It might have been in Philadelphia, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, don't quote me on that, but yeah, it was a really interesting read-up. So if you're interested in SWAT, type those numbers in on Wikipedia, SWAT 41 and 54, what do those numbers mean? And it's a really interesting write-up. So another beanie that I bought just from Parkley Markets, and again, if I was to get the hook and loop, there you go, it stays on there, it's not going to go anywhere. When I want to rip it off, I'll rip it off. So that's that one. These ones here, like I said, this one I'd put on the like a rain jacket. These ones I can put on here if need be. This Si Vis Pacem Parabellum, which means if you want peace, prepare for war. I think they use that slogan a lot in the John Wick movies. I normally put that one on that one. And you can see just how cool it makes the tack belts look, just from being a plain green bag to having a little bit of colour on there. This one, I found this hat on my delivery run. I seen it on the side of the road and I couldn't stop to pick it up, and I went back on the weekend, it was still there. Camo air-rated back there. Once again, I've got a little bit of Velcro on the inside, Velcro on the outside, sniper there, and on the front it says, "My idea of help from above is a sniper on the roof." I think I've mentioned before that here in Australia I grew up with guns and knives in the 70s and 80s. You know, they were totally legal. Kmart here used to sell them in the 80s, but you know, after Port Arthur massacre in Tasmania in the mid-90s, everything changed here. So I had a shooting license up until 2004, and I just let it lapse. I don't own any property or anything like that where I can use the gun. So maybe later on in life, if I was to buy a little bit of property, but for now, there's no reason to own a gun. So another sniper patch. This one I absolutely love. So from a place you will not see comes a sound you will not hear. Absolutely love the colour of that patch. On the back, there's that glow. This one glows as well. And again, the beauty with that patch is there. If I didn't want that green, I can put the black, or I can put the tan. Mix them up. I've been trying to find some different ones, the circular ones, but the only person that sells them, an eBay seller sells them in the Ukraine. Now they're going through a few dramas, as you would now. So I was hoping to pick one up, but they're quite expensive. So for the moment, I can't find myself a black or a tan one out of the round ones. So I'll just have to sit on these for now. And these sniper ones here are really cheap. You know, all these patches that I buy are cheap. That's the fun part. The hard part is cutting the Velcro out and finding someone to sew it on. And once you've done that, if you can, you know, get a whole bunch of hats from the op shop and get those Velcros sewed on, after that, it's just smooth sailing. You can get online and you can just find, you know, what patches appeal to you. There are just thousands. AliExpress is another one. If you can get on there, they're a couple of dollars each. So just makes it really unique. You know, here's hats that I'm wearing that I know no one else is ever going to be wearing here in Australia. To be really lucky for someone to have that colour combination, you know, that swat patch on a cork hat, sewn on like that. I doubt very much someone else would have that. This one here's a Kiss one. I love Kiss. As I said, I grew up with Kiss. So once again, Velcro patch. Got online, tried to find the best round patch I could find, and there's the 4 original members. What does it say there? It says the Demon, the Star Child, the Spaceman, the Catman, hailing from New York City, the band you have been waiting for. And on the back, I've just bought the original Kiss logo. And that really pops when I wear that out. You know, people actually look and go, is that Kiss? Where'd you buy that hat from? Where can I buy one of those? And I just said, I just tell them, you'll have to go out and buy the patches yourself and then either sew them onto a hat or Velcro them on, and you'll get that same combination. This one I actually made today. Absolutely love Queen. I love the blue bill, so I thought when I do my Queen hat, I want a really special hat. So I just got that Velcro patch on that one sewn up today. And on the back, Queen. That's brilliant. I love me Queen. My 3 favourite brands are Kiss, Def Leppard and Queen. I can't find any round Def Leppard patches. I was hoping to get some Hysteria patches from their, you know, the greatest album that I consider of all time, but I just can't find a round Hysteria patch. And there we've got the Billabong Camo Hat that I found, the Rip Curl hat that I found in an op shop for $2. And this one I classify as my EDW, my everyday wear. So this has just got one patch across, nothing on the back. It's another Queen patch that I bought, and I just pull this off every day and I'll just stick another one on. So tomorrow I might have that one, I might have the Titty Twister one on, might have a little Sniper one on. So this one is the one I just wear around the streets here if I go shopping and whatnot. All these other ones, just depends where I'm going. If I'm going bushwalking, you know, I'll wear the Top Gun Tom Cruise hat. If I'm going on a night explore somewhere, I'll wear one that glows. So this one here, I'll put this one on with this patch. So when we shine our lights, our flashlights throughout the night, that'll glow. So yeah, I just thought, you know, I put a lot of effort into all these hats. And when you're a nude nut like myself, and you take so many pictures, you know, I've got tens of thousands of pictures of myself online. If you don't wear any hats, you just look the same in every single picture. I envy people that still have their hair. Now, me being a nude nut and, you know, being bald, it just does, you know, you just look exactly the same every time. So I thought, I've just got to get myself some hats, and then it's just exploded into this. This is my hat collection. Very proud of it. It's still growing. Very unique. Like I said, I don't think too many people would have this combination that I have going here. And you might wonder, you know, where all these passions have come from. Well, SWAT and guns and knives. When I grew up here in Australia in the 70s, all we got was American TV shows, you know, Charlie's Angels, Starsky and Hutch, Dukes of Hazzards, SWAT. I don't know if you guys remember the original 1970s SWAT, Bionic Man, the Bionic Woman, the A-Team, Knight Rider. Man, I could rattle off 100 TV shows that I absolutely love. So I'm more American than some of you American guys are out there. That's all I grew up with. So that's why I fell in love with, you know, all this kind of stuff, guns and knives and whatnot. And it's hard to let go of it, you know, when you, and Kiss is another one. You know, I'm lucky that I was born in 1971, and there was no bigger band in the 70s than Kiss. They were massive. And when they came out here in 1979, 80, I think it was, they played out at the showgrounds out here. It was massive. You know, they gave them the keys to the town hall, and they made specials about them. How could you not fall in love with a band like that back then? And they had Kiss cards. I remember collecting the cards at school. So when you're a young kid, all this stuff's imprinted on your brain and you can't get rid of them. So And Queen, you know, I can remember turning on the radio in 1980 as a 9 or 10-year-old and just hearing Another One Bites the Dust, and just, you know, this are all memories from my childhood that just put a smile on my face. All right, once again, it's with me, it's very hard to make a short video. So here's another half an hour video, but I just thought that would inspire a few people. If you want to go make your own hats, head into the op shops. You can pick up hats for $1 or $2. Buy yourself a circle cutter. Get yourself a couple of rolls of hook and loop Velcro. Start cutting a whole bunch of circles out. These are pretty universal when you look at these round patches. So that's the same as that, you know, close to the same as that, close to the same as that. So they all come virtually the same size. So you could cut yourself, you know, 10, 15 of these. And then if you know how to sew, you can sew it on yourself. These ones are the easy ones. So even, doesn't matter that these are a different shape. They'll just stick on there the same. But I've cut these for those to stick on there perfectly. So sew them on the back. For instance, I'll show you. Sew the long one on the back and the round one on the front. And then once you've made up 5 or 6 hats, that then starts the enjoyable part. Get on eBay, get on AliExpress, and just whatever patch tickles your fancy. I'm sure there'll be patches here that you guys don't like, but you know, it's all in the eye of the beholder. It's whatever you grew up with, whatever appeals to you. And there are millions. There are absolutely millions of patches on eBay, but AliExpress, I got on AliExpress the other day, actually bought, I had this one for a long time, but then I didn't have these 3. And because I had these ones, I wanted to mix them up with something other than this. So I got on AliExpress and I bought these 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that cost me $6 for 3. So absolutely brilliant. All right, we'll call it a day. I just thought I'd make a video, something different. And until we meet again on my next explore or bushwalk, adios.